Hello everyone. Let's start at the front of your mat, standing in mountain pose. This is me, and let's flow through a balancing Vinyasa flow for today. I hope you enjoy the flow. Inhale, bring your arms over your head, and exhale, squat down into chair pose. Forward bend next time you exhale. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale, forward bend. Let's step your right foot a long step back for high lunge. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. And exhale, hands down to the floor. Pick the front leg up and step it back for plank pose. Side plank with your left hand on the floor, right hand up toward the sky. Stack your legs on top of each other. And then let's change side for side plank. Right hand on the floor, left hand pointing up toward the sky. Both hands on the floor for plank pose, and exhale, go through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, right leg up. And then bend your right knee and bring your right knee toward your face so that you can step your right foot to your right hand. And inhale, stand up into high lunge. Exhale, hands down to the floor and step the back foot forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Squat down into chair pose as you inhale. And exhale, squeeze your belly in. Next time you inhale, stand up straight. And exhale, arms down into mountain pose. That was half of the sun salutation. We're going to do the other half now. Calm down with your breath so that you are ready to go. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. And exhale, squat behind you into chair pose. Next time you exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend again. And step your left foot a long step back. High lunge pose as you inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step your front foot back into plank pose. Side plank, right hand on the floor first. See if you can lift your top leg up away from the bottom leg. And then change side. Left hand on the floor, right hand toward the sky. And lift your top leg far away from your bottom leg. Both hands and both feet on the floor, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And exhale, knee toward your face and step your left foot toward the left hand position. High lunge pose as you inhale. And exhale, squeeze your belly in. Bring your hands down to the floor, step your back foot forward. Exhale, forward bend. Halfway up as you inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Chair pose, arms over your head as you inhale. And exhale, stand up straight as you bring your arms down toward the side of you or in front of your heart. Mountain pose. Take a few breaths here, calm down and slow down. Be ready for the next flow. Stand only on your left leg and bring your right leg up. And And try to put your right heel very high into your inner thigh for tree pose. Bring your arms over your head. Try to look at a focus point to keep balance in tree pose. Then let's bring your right leg in front of you. Hold your right hand into your big toe. Slowly straighten your leg in front of you into hand to big toes. You can hold at the back side of your knee or at your knee. It's fine. And then bring your leg to the side and then behind you for high lunge. Stay in high lunge for a few breaths. Holding your hands at your hips, straightening your front leg. Start leaning your body forward and then hook your left hand into your left big toe. Pyramid pose. Use your right hand to check your hips and make sure that they are square. Always arcing your spine up so that your back is kind of flat. And now let's bring the whole back foot down to the floor. Bend your front knee as you stand up for warrior two. Turn your palms up and reverse the warrior. Inhale, warrior two again, and straighten your front leg. Hooking your left hand into your left big toe again for triangle pose with your hand holding your big toe. Press your hips back all the time and reaching your spine forward. Place both hands down to the floor. Raise your back heel up and pick your front foot up and step it back. Try to avoid dragging your foot on the floor. Keep your left hand on the ground and bring your right hand up for side plank. And this time lift your top leg up and make a tree pose variation. With your foot inside your left inner thigh. Keep the tree pose leg, go to plank pose. And let's try to bring the whole leg and hips in tree pose shape on the floor as you lay down flat on the ground. It's a very strong hip opening position here, but as you inhale, do a cobra pose with your leg in tree pose. And exhale, lift the whole body off the floor and go to downward facing dog. Now you can put the right ankle on top of your left knee. And then let's kick your right leg up toward the sky as you inhale. Exhale, step your foot toward your right hand. Inhale, high lunge pose. Straighten into your front leg, hands holding at your hips. Pyramid pose again, folding from your hips. And use your right fingers to wrap around your right big toe. Use your left hand to check your low back. Make sure that it feels flat. And then left hand on the floor, right hand up toward the sky for twisting triangle. Inhale deeply. And exhale, let's bring both hands back down to the floor. Stand only with your front leg. Bring your back leg off the floor into standing split. Head going down as your left foot flying up really high. And then step your left foot parallel to the front foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Chair pose as you inhale. And then stand up. Exhale, bring your arms to the side of you or in front of your heart. Take a few breaths here in the mountain pose. Calm down inside your body. And then let's stand only on your right leg and bring your left leg up for tree pose. Raise your whole body up high, bring your arms over your head, become very tall. and find the focus point again so that you become very balanced. Lift the left leg up and bring it in front of you. Try to stand up straight all the time. Left hand holding at your knee or at your left big toe. And go to hand to big toes variation front. You can open your leg to the side and then let's step the whole left leg back for high lunge. Inhale, become very tall. And exhale, holding hands at your hips. Make sure your hips square as you straighten your front knee and go to pyramid pose. Right fingers wrapping around your right big toe. Left hand checking your low back. Make sure that it's flat. And your hips are square. Always lift your chest up. And now let's bring your back foot down to the floor as you stand up into Warrior 2, bending your front knee. Turn your palms up. And exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, straightening your front leg. Push your hips back as you reach your body forward and hold your right fingers around your right big toe for triangle pose. Always find more length. And if you feel like you are quite tight here, you can bend your front knee. It's okay. And then hands down to the floor. Pick the front leg up and step it back for plank pose. Side plank with your right hand on the floor. Left hand up to the sky. And try to do a tree pose shape with your left leg. Make your right leg extremely straight and really strong, pressing down to the floor to lift your hips up. And then go to a plank pose, keeping your tree pose leg. You can bring the whole legs in this shape down to the floor and then laying flat on the floor. Cobra pose as you inhale. And exhale, lifting the whole body up in this shape and go to downward facing dog. For an easier option, you can bring your left ankle on the top of your right knee. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. And exhale, step your left foot to the left hand position. Stand up for high lunge as you inhale. And then hands holding at your hips as you exhale. Straightening your front knee. Pyramid pose again, with your left fingers wrapping around your left big toe. Check your low back again, constantly arcing through your spine. And then right fingertips on the floor. Turn the whole chest toward the left side for twisting triangle pose. Hands down to the floor. Kick your back leg off the floor into standing split. Inhale. And exhale, bring your head down low as you kick your back foot up really high. Eventually, step the foot down parallel to the other foot. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, stand up straight and bring your arms down on in front of your chest for Tadasana. Take a few breaths here as a break. And here we go again. Standing on your left leg. And lift your right leg up. Hand to big toe. Bring your right hand to hold into your right big toe. And open your right leg toward the right side. You can open your left arm to keep balance. And look at your focus point. Now let's bring your right leg in front of you for the front variation of hand to big toe. And then let's slowly step your right foot back, a long step for high lunge. Slowly straighten your front knee as you fold your hips and bring your upper body forward. Eventually, holding your left hand into your left big toe, pyramid pose. Right hand checking in with your low back and your hips. Bring the whole heel down to the floor. Straighten your front knee into triangle pose with hand to big toe variation. And then let's stand up, bring your arms to the side for warrior 2. Flip your hands and reverse the warrior. Inhale, warrior 2 again. Exhale, let's bring your right hand down to the floor and hold your left hand into your left big toe. Lift the whole left leg up for side plank, hand to big toe variation. And then bring your hands and your feet down to the floor and flip yourself for side plank, this time standing on your left hand. Right hand holding into your left big toe. And lift the whole left leg, right leg up. Go back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up as you inhale. Open your right leg out toward the right side. And then step your right foot outside of your right hand. Lizard pose. Bring your hips down really low, but don't touch your knee on the floor. As you exhale, pyramid pose, push the hips up toward the sky. And continue, inhale, sink your hips down really low. Lizard pose. Exhale, pyramid pose. Try to straighten your front knee to stretch out the hamstring. Inhale, lizard pose. And exhale, pyramid pose. Now let's keep your left hand on the floor. If you want more challenge, keep it outside of your right foot and bring your right hand up to the sky for twisting triangle. And then both hands on the floor, kick your back leg off the floor, standing split. Head down, toes flying up. See if you can use your right hand and hold into your standing ankle. Or if you feel very good at balancing today, use both hands. Then step your left foot down to the floor as you stand up and bring your right leg up with you. Holding your right foot with your left hand. And go to hand to big toe, the twisting variation. Reaching your right hand behind you and turn the whole chest toward the right side. Slowly come back. Inhale, arms over your head. And exhale, hands in front of your heart for mountain pose. Take a few breaths in the mountain pose. And then let's do the hand to big toe, this time standing on your right leg. You can hold your left hand at your left knee, or you can hook your left fingers into your left big toe and kick your left leg to the side. Try to expand your body to all directions. And then move the left leg in front of you for the front variation of hand to big toe. Stay balanced by looking at your focus point. Let's release your hand off your toes and step your left foot back, a long step into a high lunge pose. Slowly straighten into your front leg and reach your whole upper body forward. Keep your hips square. Then you can bring your right hand down to hold into your right big toe. For pyramid, left hand can be on the floor or can check in with your low back to make sure that it's flat. And then let's bring the whole back foot down to the floor for triangle pose, with hands still holding your big toe. Bend your front knee and stand up into warrior two. Flip your hands and reverse the warrior as you exhale. Inhale for warrior two. And exhale, let's bring your left hand down to the floor, holding your right hand into your right big toe, and lift the whole right leg up toward the sky for side plank, hand to big toe variation. And now let's bring your body into plank and flip the side plank. So right hand on the floor this time, left hand, left leg up. Hold your left fingers into your left big toe and kick the left heel up to the sky. And then let's bring the left leg to the side, as side, and then bring it down to the floor for plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up as you inhale. Start turning the whole left leg to the left side, and then place your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, chest up, hips low, lizard pose. And exhale, pyramid pose. 2 more times. Inhale, hips down, chest up. And exhale, pyramid pose. 1 more time. Inhale, lizard pose. And exhale. Now let's keep your left foot at the middle line of your mat. You can keep your right hand on the floor or right hand outside of your left foot for twisting triangle. And then both hands on the floor. Bring the back leg off the floor for standing split. Head go down really low. If you find more balance, let's bring one hand or both hands to hold behind your standing leg. And then step your right foot down to the floor as you lift your left leg up with your right hand into a twisting variation of hand to big toe. Reaching your left hand back as you turn your whole chest toward the left side. And then slowly get out of the pose. Feet together, hands up to the sky, inhale. And exhale, mountain pose. Hands in front of your heart or along your body. And take a small break here. Stand on your left leg again and bring your right leg up. Hand to big toe, the side variation. Maybe this is the second time and you can do it better than the first time. And let's move to the front for the front variation. And then change hand for the twisting variation. Slowly step this right leg behind you for high lunge. And then straightening your knee, folding at your hips for pyramid pose. It's kind of hard because you have to keep your arms over your head. After pyramid, bend your front knee again and turn yourself to the side for warrior two. Wrapping your right arm behind you and exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straightening your front leg. Triangle pose without any arm support, so your arms framing around your head. And then let's hold your right hand very tight on the floor so that you can go to side plank. Use your left hand to hold your left leg and lift it up high into the hand to big toe variation in side plank. And then go to plank pose. Change arm in side plank, left hand on the floor this time, right hand up to the sky. And now let's lift your lower leg, the bottom leg up, for a hand to big toe variation with different arm and leg. And see if you can try to bring this leg very close with your face. And then put it on the same level as your hand. A side plank with very wide leg, look like a falling triangle pose. And eventually, let's bring the leg up and step it back behind you for a wide thing position. Hands back down to the floor, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up. Open your right leg to the side and step your right foot toward the right hand position. Bring your whole back knee down to the floor. Lizard pose. You can keep your hands on the floor or you can lower your forearms down to the floor for a low variation of lizard pose. Stay here in the lizard pose for a few breaths. Try to find more space into your hips by sinking your hips down low. And then let's go to the higher pose of lizard, hands down to the floor. And step your back foot toward the outside of your left hand too into a yogi squat. Use your own arm to push your knees away from each other. Sink your hips down really low. And stay for a few breaths to lengthen your spine. And then let's move your feet toward each other. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward bend. Slowly raise yourself up into a chair pose as you inhale. And exhale, stand up straight. You can bring your hands in front of your heart or to the side of your body. Another break here in mountain pose. And then we do the hand to big toe standing on your right leg. At first the side variation. Holding your left hand into your left big toe. And then the front variation. And then change hand for the twist variation. In all variation, find your focus point. And then let's step your left foot back a long step for high lunge. Straighten into your front leg, folding at your hips. Pyramid pose with your arms over your ears. Make your back and your belly really strong to keep your spine in a neutral position. Stand up into warrior two, and before you reverse the warrior, bring your left arm behind you. Inhale, pushing your hips back, straightening your front knee, and exhale, triangle pose with your arms framing around your head. Now let's bring your right hand into holding your right big toe and prepare side plank on your left side. Right hand holding your right foot up really high. And then release your hand and go to the opposite side plank. This time right hand on the floor, right leg up, and try to hold your right foot with your left hand. See if you can bring your foot very close toward your face and eventually place the right foot the same level as your right hand. A very wide leg side plank that look like falling triangle pose. Both hands down to the floor, bring your right leg back and then bring it behind you on the left side for wide thing pose. Slowly get out of here into plank pose. As you exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up as you inhale. And exhale, left foot outside of your left hand. Bring the whole back leg down to the floor. Hips down very low for lizard pose. And you can choose to bring your forearms down to the floor. Stay in the lizard pose for a few breaths. And then hands down to the floor. Let's step your back foot forward and outside of your right hand into yogi squat. If you are not used to squatting, you can raise your heels up and use your arms to push your knees out actively. Hands down to the floor. Let's try to do a crow pose as your arms have become very strong after all the side plank. Maybe you can keep your elbows straight, just like when we did plank. Or you can bend your elbows for an easier crow pose. If you are not flying, it's fine. Just stacking more weight on your arms rather than your feet. And eventually we will sit on the floor. Bend your knees. Bring your heels closer so that you can hold both big toes with your hands. Lift your heels off the floor and slowly kick your heels up toward the sky for a boat pose. And whilst you do this, you should be very straight with your back. Then the wide leg variation, you can open your legs to the side. And eventually, Bandha Konasana, bring your feet to touch and open your thigh bones out. Forward bend. Take a few more breaths here. Every time you exhale is a chance to go deeper into Bandha Konasana. And slowly go back. Let's hold your hand into your left foot and try to put your left foot toward your right thigh. Or if possible, bring it up to your right hip crease for a lotus pose. You can bring your left hand wrapping behind you and maybe you can hold your left hand into your left foot. But if you cannot do it, it's fine. And then right hand holding into your big toe on the right side or holding into your right foot. Forward bend. Slowly get out of here and straighten your left leg. Let's change leg, holding your right hand into your right foot. Foot at your thigh or all the way to your hip crease. Right arm wrapping around behind you. Maybe you can hold into your foot. Or you can just keep your hand there, holding at your low back. Left hand holding into your left foot or left ankle. Bend your knee if you need to. And forward bend. And then slowly get out of here. You can shake your legs, some nice relaxing movements. To end the class today, you can choose to be in Savasana, but I will do a half lotus. Try to sit up straight, bring one leg toward your opposite thigh, or if possible, the foot will be in your hip crease, and stay for about 10 breaths. Find your strength to always sit up straight. Don't collapse. And constantly press your legs down toward the floor. After the 10th breath, you can slowly change to the opposite side. You may not be able to do lotus, but it really doesn't matter. We can stay here at half lotus. The most important thing is to keep your lower back lifting up away from your hips, so that your spine will be in a neutral position. Listen to the feeling you have on your hips, on your legs, on your low back right now. And after the 10th breath, if you want to, you can stay in Savasana. But I'm going to finish the class now. Thank you very much for joining me. Namaste.